do the rest of the repairs inside the power pack will need to be removed from the lifter. So put the brake on the lifter. We'll go ahead and remove the hand control. Disconnect the power to the motor. Disconnect any auxiliary cables, which would be the light. Loosen the knob on the power pack. Slide the bracket up and pull the power pack off the lifter. If you have a cart or table, you would put the power pack down on that. So to access the controls that are inside the power pack, there's 8 Phillips head screws, 4 on the bottom, 4 on the top that need to be removed. That'll allow you access inside. One note, when opening the cover, just remember there are connected wires to the switch and the battery gauge, so you do just want to fold it down. If you disconnect the Molex connector that goes to the battery indicator, it'll allow you to move the battery cover off to the side, just giving you more access. Now we're going to remove and replace the Curtis controller. That's the controller that sits inside the power pack. This is how the spare will arrive. It'll have 4 leads coming off of it, and they will all have splice connectors on them, because when this card is replaced in the field, the wires will need to be cut and rejoined to these. We're going to walk you through this to show the removal. To access this card, there's screws on the back, so the power pack needs to be in the upright position. It requires a 7mm socket that hits the lock nut inside, and then it's just a Phillips screw that's behind the power pack. And again, you will need the hardware for the replacement. So that card can now be pulled out and removed. You'll see the 2 screws are still sitting inside the power pack. At that point, you would have to cut the red wire and the white wire on this side, and the 2 output wires here, which are the red and the black wire, and those would correspond to the wires on the controller. After that's done, you would put the splice joints in, crimp them, and then the new card would be ready to be replaced. Again, you need to make sure all the wires are clear and not pinched underneath. There's a couple wire sets that run behind the card. He's just disconnected the connection to the interface board to give a clearer picture. So that is, now the card's back onto the screws, and if we go around to the back of the power pack, you'll see the screws that we're accessing. And then we'll just re-secure it with the nuts. The best is to put it on its back. Again, connect the battery meter indicator. This is a one-way connection as well. And then the most important thing when putting the cover on is that you avoid pinching any of the wires between the cover. And just make sure they're all down. Slide it over, and then you'll have the 8 screws to replace. 4 on top, 4 across there, and then there's 4 on the bottom.